As you know, last night, a select committee of pundits, scholars, and a guy wearing cargo pants convened in the city that never sleeps to burn the midnight oil and concoct what is known worldwide as the best segment in all of sports television. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to say it's time for Nick's Tears.
Thank you, Kevin Wildes. Great introduction as always. We are now into week 11 of the NFL, and we have 10 teams that have been eliminated. Please show us the eliminated tier. Two new ones, the Rams and the Saints. Also, something interesting about this tier, 4 of those 10 teams do not have their first-round pick next year. The Browns, the Broncos, and the Rams traded a quarterback for it, and the Saints traded it so they could have Chris Olave. Well done, Saints. You're not going to be in the wilderness forever now or anything. All right, now to a group of teams that could join them, single elimination tier. Any of these teams lose this week, they become eliminated. By the way, 2 of them play each other. Chicago and Atlanta play each other. The Cardinals play the Niners on Monday Night Football. The Jags and the First that were promised are on a bye, so they're going to be safe next week no matter what. All right, run the damn ball. Washington, the Patriots, and the Packers. Run the ball. Do what you do best at this point. You can't trust any of these quarterbacks right now, what they've shown us, even though I like Heineke more than Wentz.
Can't trust any quarterback.
Go ahead, James. No, please, jump in.
Number one, I am going to jump in right
Please.
here because my Green Bay Packers and the quarterback I do trust and Aaron Rodgers should be up higher on this list for sure. We have found the remedy. Run the ball. And let me show. Can you roll the tape? Because this is the missing piece right here. And it's Christian Watson. We've been waiting on him to step in and be this type of guy, this playmaker. Speed down the football field. With the way Aaron Rodgers can throw the football, with a big-time running game. And you know the defense is going to start to get cooking. A lot of big-time players on that defense. And you even without Campbell, your star middle linebacker, he will be back. We are going to be a problem. Yes, I'm saying we because I'm a Packer, baby.
Yeah, that's fair.
We are going to be a problem. And number 9, Christian Watson is the equalizer to get this offense on the right track. Because now you got to back up because you're going to get him in some space. You're going to create ways to get him the ball down the field, back up. Light box equals what? Run that ball, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, run the damn ball.
We
agree. And here's my concern. And by the way, I feel like the committee did give the Packers a lot of respect because we have them elevated far higher than their actual win-loss records would suggest. But here's my only concern with the Packers. Because it all was great a week ago with Christian Watson. Aaron's going to throw the ball to Christian Watson in the next game. He's going to drop it, as he is prone to do. And this, I understand. And then what did we see? We saw this.
We saw that, but
we saw that, and I'm just telling you, I see a little more of that and a little less of that little double fist pump that he does. All right, next.
Aaron knows how to equalize.
Just get in. These 3 teams, any of them be thrilled. They just want to get in the playoffs. It's sad that the Chargers are on this tier. They had legitimate Super Bowl expectations this season, but they're incredibly banged up. The Jets, Robert Saleh keeping those receipts. I hope he doesn't watch this show. And Seattle's going to get in because Geno Smith is in the MVP periphery of the conversation. All right.
How many qualifiers?
Occasionally dominant. Sometimes they look great. Other times they look like the 6-3 team. That's just fine that they are. So the Cowboys, sometimes they look amazing. The Titans, it's like, oh my God, Jeffrey Simmons run around the field. Derrick Henry's running for 200 yards. And the Bills, it's like, Josh Allen, he hasn't thrown an incompletion in the last 17 minutes of football. And then sometimes they look like, anybody can beat them. So yeah, what's the problem, Brew? Why is Brew on the stream?
Let him know, bro.
Occasionally dominant. Yeah, you know when they were dominant? In Kansas City.
That wasn't dominant.
All right, they won, and they won handily. 24-20, I'll take it. It was a close game. They needed to show, they wanted to show America they could win a close game and show you, Nick, right?
They just lost it.
You know what? And here's it. I got to say it.
Please say it.
I'm sorry. But I have to say it because the Buffalo disrespect has gone too far. I'm going to say this has not been said on the show. Nick Wright has too much say on the committee. Nick, I do not believe the rest of the committee was on board with this. I don't know the math, But I don't know, were there 8, 9 teams you're going to have ahead of the Bills? I don't believe the rest of the committee was on board with that.
I was on board with it.
Yeah, he was on board with it.
That many teams?
I think the Buffalo Bills are like you. I think they're reading their press clippings. The last time they played really well was in Kansas City.
That's correct.
And it's been going downhill
Thank
like
you.
this.
And
like
also,
this
and I'm
since
going
it
to tell you
started.
something else. That while Brew is, casting aspersions about the integrity of the committee, I'll tell you something that's never been said on this show that you didn't know. And I have been hesitant to bring this up because I am not one that, bows to the supernatural, but I also, do I believe in the occasional curse? Am I someone that, can have a dream about the Bucs and it affects my analysis? I am. The curse of the Arrowhead Invitational. So in 2018, the Indianapolis Colts came to Arrowhead. Everything was looking great. They had Andrew Luck. They were the next team of the decade in the AFC. And they played the Chiefs in the divisional round. Then Andrew Luck never played another football game again. They've never recovered. And then in 2019, the Houston Texans came to Arrowhead Stadium in the divisional round. Looking great. Yep. They are 9-32 since that game. Their quarterback quit on them, and they have gone through 2 head coaches. The very next year, the Cleveland Browns came to Kansas City for the divisional round. Looking great, feeling great. They've had a losing record since then. They had to move on from Baker Mayfield. Last year, who came to Kansas City in the divisional round? The Buffalo Bills. Be careful, America. The curse
So
of
they're
the
about to
era.
fall apart?
I don't know. I know that Luck retired, Deshaun Watson quit, and Baker's a Panther now. So I don't know. All I know is that's the history of it. Now may we resume the tiers, please. Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Wilds, these are tiers. What are they not?
They are not the power rankings, and they are certainly not the standings.
They are not the standings. These 3 teams are a combined 23-2. Good for them. I like them. They're all good. They are not nearly as good as their record suggests. None of them.
Absolutely.
And they are not as good as the 6 teams ahead of them. I'm happy for these teams. They will all make the playoffs, and their fans should be thrilled with what they've done thus far.
You got 6 teams better than Philly?
Oh, well, you're
That's
about to find
what
them,
I'm
James.
saying.
Brew,
It's
you
going to
had
be
your time.
9 better than Buffalo.
Unbelievable. You were able to do the math now, finally. It's a 32-team league. You could have figured that out earlier. Legit scary. No one wants to face any of these 3 teams in the playoffs.
Wow.
Tampa, the Ravens. James, you were talking about the Ravens just yesterday,
Yes.
and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's why.
You have
Because
Tampa Bay.
I do. I have Tampa Bay.
Not
I
to
do.
stop your team,
are
but
scary.
you have Tampa Bay as a scary team.
They're scary.
They are
Brew.
scary.
I'm not Brew, but that's fine.
I mean,
that's
That's why
don't worry about
you
it.
got me even calling
No,
you
that's
the wrong
fine.
name. Come on.
I will.
Tom and the Bucks scary?
Well,
Where?
listen, I have been called a Bucks hater. The committee overruled me on it. All right, now let's move on.
They
Number
don't have
1
the power.
contenders.
They don't have the power.
Weapons galore on both of these teams. Miami obviously has the better quarterback. San Francisco has the better defense. They're the number 1 contenders.
I like
And then, of
that.
course, at the very top, no longer called the favorites, now simply called irritatingly excellent. So Kevin
wonder
Wilds
who. Really good.
has
I
gotten
wonder
me
who.
irritatingly excellent as the Kansas City Chiefs, and we can show it to you. Kevin Wilds has gotten me to start perusing the YouTube comments of this show. And do you know what's a very common kind of motif of comment? Goes
We
along.
love Wilds?
They do love Wilds. in that.
A national
They
treasure.
do a national treasure. But here's the other one. I can't stand Nick. He's so arrogant when he talks about the Chiefs, and it's actually made me dislike the Chiefs. And it's so frustrating because he's right.
Boom.
Oh, it is irritating how excellent they are. Even more irritating when all of a sudden they turn Kadarius Toney into the player the Giants thought he was going to be. When all of a sudden, is Chris Jones going to win the Defensive Player of the Year?
No.
Oh, he might. Talk to the people at Pro Football Focus. Did their podcast today.
I heard that.
There are.
I mean-
Week 11 NFL tiers from the committee.
I agree with you on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Thank
I'm going to
you,
get your name right, Nick. But
Thank
the
you.
scary Tampa Bay
They're
Bucks.
scary. We have to let
Where
Wilds
are
do
they
his petition.
scary?
We're moving on.
Hold on. We have to
Trust me,
let Wilds do his
they're
petition.
that's
very
crazy.
scary. I have one petition, and I understand I don't need to be lectured on the show. Save it for the post-show meeting, okay? I understand this is not, a projection. It's a snapshot in time. However, my team was on a bye, so I have to project. I'm making one switch. That's to bring the Patriots up to the illustrious tier of happy to get in. Hey, we did great. Reason number 1, A Mahomesian dominance.
I told you it was an adjective. You guys laughed at me.
A Mahomesian dominance. Why is that? Because we played the Jets. And if we beat the Jets, that will be the 14th time. Right now, the Patriots over the Jets is tied with
Chiefs
Kansas
over
City
Broncos.
over the Broncos. One more, and next thing you know, Mac Jones and Mahomes on the same level. Actually, Mac Jones will take a jump. Reason number 2. Oh, sack Zach. You're talking about defensive player of the years. Look at that guy right there. Matthew Judon with his red sleeves. Easy for my kid to spot. Where's Judon? He's the guy tackling the quarterback with the red sleeves. Let's look at most sacks. Cowboys, everyone talks about their defense, right? Oh, what do you know? The Patriots. And then the scary Bucks.
It's a scary.
And finally, oh, it's the guy I like to talk about. You know who I'm going to talk about. The offensive weapon that everybody wishes they had deep down in their heart. Yes, I'm talking about Nick Folk, our kicker. Oh, the field goal god. That's right. How is Nick Folk doing? Well, he hasn't missed an extra point. We made a little highlight video. So, yes, our offense is now humming, and Nick Folk is doing a great job. So, please move the Patriots up one level.
Humming with field goals.
So here's the thing, Wilds.
Yeah?
You make some compelling points
Thank
about
you.
the Patriots. And Nick Folks, it's a very odd spot because he cannot, they will not let him kick from outside of 49 yards. But inside of 47,
Automatic.
he's as automatic as Justin Tucker.
We are rolling.
And so you have all of those good
You
points.
gonna do it? You seem like you're gonna do it.
They are a quarterback change away from being moved up in the tiers. If they go back to Zapp'em, then you know what? They can be alongside the Jets. If they go back to Zapp'em, they can
wanna
be
hear
right there.
that.
But as long as Mac Jones is there,
That took us-
they are
that took a
run the
turn.
damn ball.
So
they are run the damn ball.
basically, they're not gonna make it.
Exactly.
I thought you had him, Wiles,
they're
but
not making it.
he
Yeah.
turned it around on you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.